Welcome back, everybody, to Horizon Zero Dawn. We're uncovering all of the truths, and now we have to corkscrew some crazy machines to uncover even more. Thanks for all the support. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a part of this. Sorry it's taking so long, but we are really making headway now. Let's see and start off with a little audio log.
Hey, I'm done with Brett's incompetence, okay? Somehow, he managed to install an H-emitter node backwards. Everything's in reverse. I don't get paid to clean up Brett's messes. If you want it fixed, send him up to storage for a new emitter, not me. Parker out.
It's backwards, she says. Up, left, down, right. Up, left, down, right. Up, left, down, right. So that's right, up, or I guess left, up, left, down. Left, up, left, down. Let's see. If that doesn't work, then it's the reverse, like that little audio log said. Whoa, 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 whoa. There's 5? Left, up, oh, down, right.
Done.
Okay, that's good.
Check the door nearby.
Did you open? Did you open? It sure looks like it opened. Just want to make sure there's nothing else here. Remember, we learned that they were building Gaia, which was going to sort of rebuild the world on its own. And eventually hack the machines with the shutdown codes sometime in the future. And then eventually repopulate the world with all the machines we've come to know and kill. And then dump embryos onto the planet. And somehow raise a society out of the ashes. In the meantime, we're trying to figure out exactly how we're related to all this, how and why we have Elizabeth Sobeck DNA, and what it all means.
Found one. Looks intact.
Ooh. I'm getting all the emitters, I guess, for that other door. Part of the interesting plan here. Come on. There you go, girl. So I can pop this in. Uh-huh.
Trick.
So that is
Let's
up,
get that door open.
left, down, right, up. Up, left, down, right, up. No. Golly goodness, no. Up. Left. Down. And a little right action, and then up, right? I think. But it's in reverse, so, because I'm doing this the correct way. And then they're like, oh, dang, it's in reverse. It's upside down. You can see Pharaoh is there, as opposed to that one, where Pharaoh was, I'm assuming, on the up and up. So we're going to go down, left, up, right, down.
That did it.
There we go.
Door should have power.
Now to see what lies beyond it.
Oh baby, Central Projects. This is where things are about to get crazy. Crazy. This is where, when they accepted and decided to become a part of the program, I thought that was interesting too. 3 options. None of them were just to leave. One was to work on it and be granted existence for you and your family in Elysium. One was to be euthanized, and one was to be basically put in prison. Ooh, crap.
Eclipse. They're here.
Avoid contact.
Lines look good.
Gaia. It's up there. 2nd floor.
Can you reach it?
So much for avoiding contact.
Yeah, I think we're gonna have to take these guys out. Kill the Eclipse. Let's set them on fire first, 'cause I think it's a nice distracting initial volley of insanity.
Get ready for the count of 3.
There we go. Got him. Where? Okay, and in come the whole honor guard of Eclipse. Got him. can't even see that guy, but we are definitely going straight for his membrane. And there's one more. Okay.
That's the last of them.
Alright. All good. Clear. Uh-oh.
Or not.
It's not. What? Oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god. Holy crap. No, not you. What in the world?
You can't defeat
Okay, I really want to kill the arrow boys first.
Damn you all!
Arrow boy down. Nope. Okay. Ow! Ow! Got him. Okay. Here we go. Death, bring your gun, please. Got him.
Clear. For a moment, anyway.
Whew.
Then get moving. You have to find Gaia.
Okay, okay. I gotta get to Sobek's office. This is gonna get good. I can't take the desert glass. My pouches are so full. Irregular ancient charm. What do I need? What is wrong with my pouch? Need that boar skin. Everything else can be. No? Okay. Let's dump. Those. That. Okay, and now we should take his irregular charm. Yeah, we'd rather have that stuff, I guess. Alright, no audio logs or anything back here? The beginnings of the computer systems, right? We'll take more medicines, though. A little bit of this, a little bit of that. And we should... Ooh, there's more medicinal roots. Let's grab these. Inevitably, there's going to be another
Can't
battle.
be too prepared.
Or something of the sort. We should be good to go from here. Aha, more audio logs. Good. Where is Sobek's office? Through there. Interesting. What were they... Ooh, they're starting to build like some of the beginning robots. It looks like the robo dinos. I like how like someone was like, hey, what if we made them all like dinosaurs? Text log here. Simulation results. Wow, you weren't kidding about Gaia's predilection for animal morphologies. Sure, not totally unexpected given the rough natural terrain her bots will have to navigate, but I agree that there's something deeper going on here. Her designs aren't just functional, they feel almost like, well, tributes is the word that comes to mind. Because they're like dinosaurs and old animals. As though she's already mourning their loss, and not just for the disappearing fauna of our time, but creatures from the fossil record too. Well, whatever Gaia thinks up, Hephaestus will empower her to build it. Aww. 200 years they release the babies. Different symbols of the day. Eras.
Hello,
Whoa.
I'm Margot Shen, and this is Hephaestus. As the name might tip you off, this is going to be the subordinate function that Gaia will use to make lots and lots of robots. Her personal forge. Except, it's not that simple. So like, you probably noticed that only about a third of you are robotics engineers. The rest, experts in machine cognition, virtual heuristics, that stuff. Well, that's because we aren't going to be the ones designing and building robots. The last thing we want is to burden Gaia with a bunch of outmoded 21st century designs. A waste of time. Our purpose is to empower Gaia to build the robots, and not just build, imagine, from scratch. Any robot she needs for any conceivable purpose, designed and fabricated at a snap of a finger. Hers. Her finger. So, Hephaestus isn't really the forge. It's more like the knowledge of craft and ingenuity of a mastersmith to wield the hammer. Encoded as software. Virtual creativity made real. Gaia's already learning. In simulation, she's doing some very creative things with fractal assembly and animal morphologies. Her designs aren't about to win the Liam Prize anytime soon, but hey, everyone has to start somewhere. So, yes, time to get started. Let's do this.
I don't get it.
Which part? It's a little technical at places.
If Gaia was designed to save life, why would the robots it makes attack people?
Oh, good point.
Perhaps it loves some forms of life more than others.
The derangement. The machines weren't always so angry.
True.
Uh-huh.
Mostly they were docile until 10, 15 years ago.
For years, Hephaestus has been forcing cauldrons to make aggressive machines. I've seen it myself, in the cauldrons. Stalkers, Ravagers, the Thunderjaw. How could it do that? And why?
Why indeed?
Interesting to think that all those creatures, all those robots were made to like help shape the earth and terraform it. I bet there's some like Hades infection that's affecting Hephaestus. Or Hephaestus. Full steam ahead from Elizabeth Sobek. Margot, if I doubted your brilliance in the slightest, I wouldn't have picked you as Hephaestus Alpha. You need to stop worrying about your Asian communication style. You know who you are, have confidence in yourself, you know what you're doing. Case in point, the latest draft of your plan for the construction and stocking of bootstrap silos to store raw materials is excellent. This combined with your design for the AM Foundry core and the Foundry site selection plan add up to a comprehensive plan. It's time to start construction. One detail. Consult with Aomide Okilo before you finalize the silo inventories. Hephaestus' first task will be to fabricate the robots that will construct the waveform broadcast towers Minerva will use to transmit the deactivation codes. So any exotic materials needed for the tower should be accounted. Aha, they're building the towers first. That is right.
I've seen these shapes before. In cauldrons.
But of course, the birthing places of Gaia's machines.
What shapes? Oh, these, yeah. Ooh, there's a thing up there. Is there a ladder? How do I get up? Okay, good. I was like, I better be going upstairs.
These will keep.
These will keep. Alright. Up, and away. Up, and away. Why did the cauldrons get all boiled with blood? Wasn't there a... Hold up. Oh, it's in there. Yeah, I must be going there later. Okay. Whoa, no, I did not mean to do that. Crap. Sorry. Yeah, it's up and in. Okay. So I'm assuming we'll get in there in a second. Just follow the path. Usually these indoor places are pretty linear. Yeah, I can't scan from here. Health potion, that's brilliant.
I think this is it. Elizabeth Sobek's office. But it's sealed off. There's got to be a way inside.
Keep looking.
More eclipse.
Careful now.
Buy a big old generator. Alright. Through the gook and the muck, we're gonna have to kill them all. I was afraid like the floor might drop out from underneath me or something. Yeah, I'm guessing we're going down to face them all, huh? Ooh, yes.
Welcome to Apollo, the collective memory of the human species and the wellspring of knowledge for future generations. I am Samina Ebaji. Until recently, I was director of the International Collective Memory Institute in New Tehran. As a heritage professional, I devoted my career to the preservation of human knowledge, creative endeavor, and cultural achievement. Apollo is, therefore, the ultimate embodiment of a lifelong passion, albeit under the very worst circumstances imaginable. The challenges before us are immense. Specifically, we will have to design and implement 4 major initiatives simultaneously. First, the construction of data repositories in cradle facilities around the world ensuring redundancy. Second, the collection and processing of a projected 180 million discrete data entries. 42 zettabytes of data in Mandarin, English, Spanish, and Arabic. Third, the transferal and encoding of all that data onto DNA encapsulated in synthetic fossils. The only medium capacious and durable enough to safeguard it without degradation for the centuries to come. And last, but not least, the development of the holographic interface and gamified curricula, by which future humans will commune with Apollo, progressively unlocking heuristic learning modules, leveling up their knowledge and skills they will need to take control of the terraforming system. That is the future towards which all of our efforts will be directed. Not just the preservation of the past, but the seed for the flourishing of a new tree of knowledge. Welcome, and let us begin.
That's super cool. So they're making it like a gamified system so people could and would want to keep learning. I wonder then if there's a possibility that since we haven't clearly found Apollo, we're all still back in the the tribal times. I wonder if then at the end of the game, Aloy finds Apollo, and then Horizon 2 doesn't have to be in this old tribal prehistoric period. It could be in a more advanced period, and that allows you to take this game basically to different eras without changing the world or the characters. How cool would that be? Encapsulated data. Over the past 10 days, I performed an exhaustive review of data storage solutions: magnetic, optical, quantum, eternity tech. Every other solution has one or more fatal shortcomings: too heavy to transport, too massive, too power intensive, too prone. Encapsulated DNA will easily hold the 40+ zettabytes we're projecting for Apollo. There are so many details to finalize, of course. To start with, we need to select the inert material in which we'll embed the molecules, as well as design and fabricate the power systems and sealed reliquaries that will keep the DNA at -18 Celsius for 1,000 years. So long as I assure you that it didn't factor into my decision, may I confess that I deem it entirely fitting, indeed propitious, that we'll be using the very building blocks of life to preserve human knowledge. Weird, so they're doing, like, DNA data. How freaking freaky is that? Alright, all these different storage facilities. All these different rooms. All these different eclipses. Over the past 2 months, the full benefit of our procurement of a copy of the Homer archive from Far Zenith has made itself known, and as a result, all of Apollo's key deliverables are on schedule. 40 million discrete data entries continues to grow. Dang. Physical science are complete, soft science close behind, world history, cultural, media on schedule, language preservation is wrapping up. Papua New Guinea doomed that goal from the outset, with attendant curricula development about to begin. Speaking of the heuristic curricula, they are performing well in testing, with children and adolescents demonstrating high levels of engagement and trust in the Aristotle and Aspasia personae. Personally, I find them highly engaging. So they like brought in like kids and stuff to test these systems out. That's really crazy and really cool. Man, you can make a whole game just on this building blocks process. Okay, so it looks like we're gonna have to come in here and grab a kill, do a little ma. You know how it goes. The most silent of strikes.
I know you're out there.
Alright, take out the Eclipse and make them pay for being dopey.
Don't mind me.
I love the little like bird call sounds. I feel like I'm in freaking Disney World. The Jungle Cruise, baby. When is your tanks gonna blow? Oh, they're gonna blow now. Golly goodness, that was a great Grandma Grouper shot.
You're finished.
Amazing sound effects. Alright, please. I like it when you stand still for me.
That's the last of them. Alone once more.
Alright.
What should have been a cave of wonders. Look around. See if anything is left.
Jafar? What about that little beetle? Iago? Cave of Wonders. Yeah, we're gonna look and see if we can, we gotta get into Elizabeth Sobek's office. That's kind of the plan here.
Dr. Sobek, please archive this testimonial in Apollo. Cross-reference to all mentions of my name and Operation Enduring Victory. My name is General Aaron Harris. From 2060 to 2066, I served as the chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, the highest-ranked officer of the United States Armed Forces. The tenure of my command included strategic planning and oversight of Operation Enduring Victory, a falsehood perpetrated on the civilian populations of the United States and other nations during the last 14 months of life on this planet. Before the Pharaoh Plague, I did my job and did it well. I was bold and decisive, crafty in political maneuvers. It wasn't an accident that I rose to my position and became the commander of the largest mechanized force ever assembled. But to what end? My only lasting achievement was the extinction of life on Earth. And my one redeeming act, if any, was to delay that extinction by days or weeks, by throwing more death at it. It is my hope that there will be no need for men like me in the world to come. If you are one of the people of that future world listening to this message, please know that I am sorry and that I wish you well. Sincerely, Aaron Harris.
Aaron Harris. The boy that made all of the lies. But he tried.
Welcome
Whoa.
to Hades.
Uh-oh.
Zero Dawn's Extinction Failsafe Protocol. The ultimate killer app. Now, I know what you're thinking. The purpose of Gaia is to resurrect life. So why give her a subordinate function, only purpose of which is to wipe out life all over again? I mean, what? Just plumb crazy, ain't it? Well, no, it isn't. Reconstituting a biosphere? That's a tall order. Tech smart as Gaia may be, odds are she won't get it right the first time. I mean, imagine your Gaia 200 years from now and this new biosphere growing, it's all gone wrong. Alkalines are skyrocketing, coniferous forests eroding under the lash of superstorms that would have drowned Noah. It's chaos. Spinning top that won't stop wobbling. Now what are you gonna do? Release phase 1 organisms into that hot mess? Hope their CO2 and methane can balance out what you got started? Hell no. What you're gonna do, Gaia, is step aside while Hades takes over and does what you're just too darn nurturing and life-loving to do, which is burn that misbegotten mess of a biosphere to the ground so Gaia can start over. Okay, not burn, more like reverse terraforming operations and suffocate it. But you get the idea. Hades takes the biosphere back to zero. Square one, blank slate. And then, only then, does it hand the steering wheel back to Gaia and say, try again, old girl. And better this time, or we'll have to do this again. That's Hades. It's pretty badass when you think about it. Extinction on demand. Death on speed dial. All for the greater good, of course, but still, kind of metal. So welcome to Hades. Welcome to the void.
Okay,
Wow.
so if that's the original purpose of Hades, why does it want me extinct?
We need more data.
And how does it end up in the wreckage of a Pharaoh Titan, getting worshipped by the Eclipse like some kind of god?
I'm learning as you are, Aloy. Keep searching.
Well, it is able to reset life, and so it kind of is, in a way, the most powerful, right? Because it can destroy everything and set it back to square one, and it probably got out of control or corrupt or something, and that's what's happening, I would imagine. Alright, more data. They need it. Noise complaints. Travis Tate. Color me confounded, Lizzie. Bashcore? Anyone who says the old TT codes to Bashcore is straight up lying. And you know it. Old Trav don't have no truck with commercialized razzle-dazzle. Nuh-uh. Heck, I'd rather guzzle a liter of Ceterum runoff than... Oh, people are complaining that he's listening to loud music. That ain't Bashcore blasting the Hades lab, shaking the walls, rattling folks' teeth. It's death metal, girl. Oh god, it really is that. He really is making too loud of noise. It's not the music they thought it was. Stop by if you want to listen. Come within 50 meters. Feel it. Goodness gracious. No can do. This is how I code. Turned on my death metal, might as well give up stimulants, chocolate malts, and industrial accent vids. Last I heard, we were supposed to be coding Hades down here. Am I really supposed to code an extinction protocol about death metal? Interesting. Okay. That guy is a character. They definitely made some interesting characters, and you can totally sense their persona just from the audio logs and the text logs, which is fun. Uh-oh. Hades protocol. Tate here just popped 3 blues, but I earned it. Finally figured out a Goldilocks solution to Gaia's rather extreme executive authority. If that ain't worth 10 to 12 hours of dream time, what is? Before this, every usurpation protocol I designed failed in simulation because it was either too hard or too soft. Too hard and it degraded the Gaia. Oh, like, how can it override Gaia, but then not completely override Gaia? Too hard and it degraded the Gaia core, shirt, pride, or figurative, fingers off the figurative driving wheel, so Hades could take control, but by breaking her fingers, sometimes her arms too. So that couldn't fly. Everything depends on Gaia taking control back after Hades has done its business, so I had to find a solution that didn't leave Gaia any worse for the wear. Too soft and Gaia only pretended to relinquish control. In simulation or simulation, Hades would take command of the terraforming system, reverse operations, only have Gaia lurk in the background, quietly reversing processes and falsifying telemetry to hide its interface. Sneaky. I swear ain't nothing Gaia wouldn't do to keep life going, even if it's just simulated plant life. It turned out the just right solution to isolate Gaia and a protective code shell, preserving its integrity, then unseat it from a command position so Hades can slip into the figurative cabin chair and work its magic. Those blues are coming on strong now. Not really sure if what I'm describing is so clear, but pretty sure it'll work. Those blues are plenty strong. Guess it's time to sleep in bed. I'll get back to you tomorrow. Alligators. See you later, alligators. Gotcha. Tate, my boy, my man, my boy. Helping to devise Hades. Archive abuse. This mail concerns Apollo archive submission. Your 666th submission in 5 days. Oh, what a doozy. Despite earlier warnings, inappropriate materials, you chose to submit holographic remasters of acknowledged classics of extreme exploitation in cinema. Basically porn. Forgive me the pleasure of rejecting your submission. Was this? Oh, he's submitting it to Apollo. All 16 installments of Making a Millipede. What the heck? For clarifying a concept that has so long been ambiguous and ethically fraught for archivists such as myself, the definition of obscenity. You have freed me from the subjective quagmire embodying Judge Potter's famous utterance. All your future submissions. Perhaps you might invest the time you would have spent preparing for future submissions on your work. Alright, what a weirdo. I think that's what he was doing. Alright, now we're going deeper.
Looks like the only way onwards.
I hate that Sobek's office is locked. I hope we get to go back and open it. Another holo projector.
Welcome to Eilithia, the crown and king of Gaia's subordinate functions. For it is by Eilithia that the human race will continue to exist. I am Patrick Brochard-Klein, the alpha in charge of this program. Now let one thing be perfectly clear from the outset. Eilithia is not a genetic engineering project. Our goal is to preserve the human genome, not alter it. A snapshot of human genetic diversity, literally frozen in time. The genetic quintessence of our species, unmodified. Under my watch, our activities and initiatives will comply with the 2034 clone provisions and the 2048 Rally Accords. Now that may seem a quaint, even trivial concern to you in light of present circumstances, but as one of the authors of the Accords, it is far from trivial to me. The practical challenges before us are staggering in scope and complexity, but not insurmountable. No. Global collation and provisional storage of zygotes, perfection of exogenic technologies, design and perfection of servitors, to provide nurture and inculcation during early child development. All of these program components must and will proceed in tandem. To say nothing of the breakneck construction of cradle facilities at sites around the world. So, si vous êtes prêts, let us begin.
I like how they're like, we're gonna adhere to the cloning codes that I don't even know what those are, but in the future they had cloning codes, which is pretty cool. And regulations. FZ chambers. Oh, this is where they stored the bodies. Or the babies. The ectogenic chambers arrived 2 days ago. I spent the last 36 hours examining them and poring over documentation. They're a revelation. I don't know what you had to give Farzians and trade to get these chambers, but it was worth it. In a single leap, their embryologists have vaulted past 50 years of technological shortcomings. The risks of ECMO resolved. Nutrition delivery resolved. Hormonal stability resolved. 12 other risks resolved. Before I examine these chambers, I consider the Odyssey to be a fool's errand. Human colony around Sirius doesn't seem so impossible after all. Mass fabrication of the chambers will present a number of challenges, but I'm confident they can be resolved. Fabrication plan in 48 hours. Now he's talking back, man, we could get that ship going, but at least we got the pods to keep the babies safe and cozy.
Are these what I think they are?
They are baby pods. Development of the artificial personae for Cradle servitors, nurturer, disciplinarian, healer. So they were like run by, so I want to know if they popped out of the pods as babies, as kids, as teens, as adults. Mother personae intervene in the disciplinarian servitor's behavior, a parental argument, if you will, amusing but deeply concerning. Comprehensive plan. Switching a personae, interesting.
Artificial wombs. Machines to spawn a new generation of human beings.
That's madness. I love the deep sci-fi ideas here, though. And how much depth they go into, you know? Eilithia 01 was successfully sealed before the swarm advancing across Xinjiang province could detect it. Pingback from crucial systems is good. Regards my disputes with the betas over zygote selection. Of course, I understand we have limited overhead to run simulations, but we can all agree there's margin for refinement in future Cradle populations. In addition to personally overseeing completion of the Eilithia 02 site inside Mount Namuli, I will formulate and propose a modified zygote selection. Huh. Oh, like what genes they're going to have continue, how they're going to work all that magic. It's just so interesting. I love that we get to see all the systems. I love that they went into so much depth, like I said. They could have just, you know, like, wimped out and had this barely cover. Oh, here's the program. Imagine it.
Elizabeth said a new generation of humans would be spawned inside such places.
She did.
All Mother Mountain. It was one of them?
There's only one way to be sure.
Oh, I'm
The
hyper
hatch
sure, but...
wouldn't open. Something about a corrupted alpha registry. I need to search Elizabeth's office.
Get in that All-Mother Mountain and find the pod where we popped out. Ahoy, ahoy. Look at her chair's like a spaceship. What are they building here?
Looks like it used to hold something. Some component that got removed.
What's happening here? Audio log time, baby.
Bots would benefit from antilopinae morphologies, though caprid forms show superior load-bearing capability.
You're a quick study, Gaia.
Dr. Sobek, as I have conducted this comparative analysis of mammalian morphologies, I've gathered extensive data on the quaternary extinction event.
Oh? And your assessment? Gaia?
Logically speaking, the extinction was a natural consequence.
And yet,
I find the loss of megafaunal species unaccountably sad. That they passed forever into oblivion causes me to experience a grief that is difficult to describe. Am I not functioning?
No, Gaia, you're not. This is good. It's very good.
Gaia felt sad, which I guess is good. They basically like replicated emotion somehow. What's this one?
You will undergo a brief period of unconsciousness during relocation to Prime and final instatement.
Elizabeth, may I speak outside protocol?
When you're back up and running at the new site, we'll bring the subordinate functions online and see where we stand.
Elizabeth, I detect distress. Are you all right?
I'm fine.
I realize that circumstances compel us to launch earlier than we hoped, but all subsystems are operational. The odds stand in our favor.
But what if... Gaia, there's nothing left out there. You can't even survive unless you're wearing an environmental suit. There are billions dead, in fear and agony. What if it was all for nothing?
Elizabeth, extinction was inevitable. Thanks to you life will have a future.
You really believe that?
I believe in you, Elizabeth. In you, all things.
All things are possible. So, I like how they like became friends. That's kind of cute. Alright, let's pry open this door. And more of her office is unveiled to us. What has she got in here? Her terminal, maybe it'll help us unlock stuff back at the old All-Mother. Head back that way. That'd be perfect to head back that way, kind of like culmination of the game. Artemis status. It's coming along, Liz. I'm positive about it. If those words can still mean anything. Had my sleeves rolled up negotiating with frozen zoos for their samples. So many species trapped in ghoulish hologram dioramas suspended in what-ifs. More than 14,000 that went extinct between 2000 and 2043. Dang. We started mapping out primary succession, selecting the pioneer organisms for a balanced and sustainable biosphere, microorganisms and insects, rabbits and hawks, foxes and wolves. Hey, that's the stuff we find out there. Thousands more that will have to wait their turn until our new generation can be entrusted with the duty of restoring them, so they can return to a world that, this time, will understand the concept of conservation before it's too late. There's already been too many too lates. We lost a whole collection team during the swarm breakthrough in Myanmar. The samples we lost were, well, irreplaceable. But thanks to you, Liz, the circle of life will bend, not break. The Earth was a lifeless rock before, and someday it will be again. But not now, not like this, not on our watch. Cool, cool, cool. And this one? Odyssey has failed. Uh-oh. Some terrible news, I'm afraid. Farsian has informed me that the Odyssey mission has failed. Last night, telemetry indicated catastrophic antimatter containment failures. The drive spun up to depart the solar system. The ship, its crew, its cargo of zygotes and seeds, its alpha bit of Apollo, all were lost. Zero Dawn is now the only hope for... Oh my gosh. Okay, so they did send stuff up to space and it failed. Like it blew up or had some problem or whatever. Goodness gracious, it's all down to Zero Dawn in these cradles.
The Alpha Registry master file.
Intact?
Yeah. No signs of corruption.
Then what are you waiting for? Copy the file.
With this, I can restore the registry at the hatch inside All-Mother. Open it. Go inside.
And grasp the secrets within.
Where I was born. Maybe who gave birth to me.
Who? Are you really so naive? There will be no who waiting for you there, Aloy. Whatever birthed you into the world was a what, not a who.
You bastard.
Oh no, I had a legitimate birth. It's you, Aloy, who are the creation of a machine. But what kind of machine and why? Why were you created?
Eclipse.
You need to get out of there. What you found is too valuable. You're too valuable.
Uh-oh. Well, so much for all the science and learning.
Still alive. Good. I have a more suitable death in mind for you, child.